Hey everyone, this is Wei and welcome back. Let's do another Overwatch character, and this time I'll be drawing Genji. So let's get started and I'll talk about the process along the way. Alright, so let's draw Genji here, and this is a very cool action pose, but there's a lot of stuff going on, so let's just try to simplify it and just rough in the pose first. So I'm just gonna start out with, let's just say this is gonna be his torso area, right, the upper body, and then I'm gonna draw in his arm. Right around the center, it's gonna extend out this way, and this is almost like doing figure drawing, right? And now I'm roughing in his arm. So this is like two cylinders right here, and you can kind of measure out this angle as to where it's going, so you can get an accurate placement. And then here's his fist. Okay, he's holding on to the sword, so we're gonna skip the sword for now, because since this arm is on the front, so we're just gonna draw this first. Okay, and here's some more detailing. Let's skip that. His head's gonna be somewhere over here. Okay, and then it's on the other arm. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like okay, I see. He's holding it onto this way. Okay, so the sword is. But let's do the other. Skip this other arm first, because what's more important is things in the front. So the sword's gonna go all the way, let's see, at this angle. So it's just gonna come straight down like that. So I'm just gonna rough in something like this. Okay, so let's move on down to the body. So let's see, there's some curvature here. We roughed in this basic shape, but obviously, we weren't that exact. So now we can correct for that. It's because it's kind of bending, sticking his crotch out a little bit. All right, so we're gonna get that, and then let's see his legs. Here's his buttocks area. His legs is gonna come down this way. So I'm just kind of measuring the angle, just kind of eyeballing the angle of his legs, right? So it's gonna come down this way. Obviously, there's some curvature, but we're gonna ignore that for now. And it comes down to his knee right around here, and then his other leg is. His shin goes down. Sorry if this might be a little bit hard to see, but so his leg is fairly straight. Looks like it's going back a little bit. Obviously this part's going back, and then here's his foot. So it's kind of like you see this right. So it's kind of like an angle, very slight angle. That's what I'm seeing on the reference. All right. So now that we have this, let's go on to the other leg. So we're gonna go extend this one out. All right, there's a bulge there. Let's forget that. Looks like obviously we joined from a game model, so the anatomy is actually not all that correct. So I'm just kind of measuring from his knee to knee, kind of like that angle. All right. So this is gonna kind of arc in like this, and then his other foot, I'm measuring from this foot. Looks like it's slightly higher. So right around there. So it's fairly close. Okay, so now I got his legs kind of like this. All right, so we're back up here, and actually, a lot of the hard stuff is probably done already, because the hardest part is probably just roughing in this pose. Okay, now that we have this pose, we can refine it a little bit, and there's a lot of details, so I don't want to get caught up into any particular section yet. We don't have to draw exactly the same, but we just kind of have to match the pose a little bit, right? Okay, so now we can let's go on and do another pass, and let's put in his head. Let's see, it looks like his neck is right here, and then his face mask looks like it's coming this way, and it's got this visor thing going on. It's kind of your kind of typical ninja character. Looks very similar to what's that? The Metal Gear Solid. I think there's like a cyborg ninja. Yeah, it's looks kind of like that. Yeah, sorry about my voice. I'm still under the weather, so. All right, so now that we've got this, there's this little ear. Here's his other arm. Now the back of the arm, let's skip that for now. All right, let's put in some of this detail right here. So I'm just gonna start back out the arm. Looks like the placement is okay. Okay, so there's a shoulder pad right around here. Okay, shoulder pad here. And then there's some more, lots of little cuts. You know, it's kind of like padding, armor, or whatever you call this. Okay, and then there's some crazy stuff going on. It looks like, you know, the model, again, this is a game model, so right here, it's got this weird bend. I mean, I'm just not gonna draw that because it's not very accurate. And again, you know, game models, they don't necessarily deform all that accurate. That's why you get all these crazy shapes. So unfortunately, when we draw, we might end up drawing those crazy shapes. But all right, so let's just keep going. I'm just gonna block in these armor pieces. Okay, here's one piece. There's another piece. All right, not too much detail for now. Okay, let's go down to the body. Looks like there's, now for this, to draw something like this, it's best to make one big shape first. Okay, let's say, okay, right up here. Okay, so this is this shape right here. It's a little box. And then once we have that, then we can cut it up kind of like it's kind of zigzaggy. All right, so draw in the, you know, the one overall shape first, and then go in and break it up. You know, that's the best way to do these kind of things. All right, and then it looks like it's kind of these shapes here. Yeah, it's a lot of these little things. Might be a little crazy. All right. Okay. So very, I know there's a lot of little details here. You know, you can skip that for now because, again, you know, try to concentrate on the bigger shapes first. So like down here, let's get this little area. Some padding here. Goes down here. Again, very strange, you know, deformation, you know, just because it's being deformed. So the geometry, you know, this low poly stuff is being squished and stretched. All right. So now we go down to his knee. Go down, kind of angular. So we're gonna simplify. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that simple, you know. Just go with what we have. See, it looks like here. All right, very angular again. I think it's foot. All right, so very, just keep it geometrical, not too complicated for now. Let's go back to his other leg. Yeah, all right, there's a really weird crunch there. It's squishing up too much, so we're gonna skip that. And come down here, his knee. Then it's got this, whatever, knee pad, knee guard, whatever you call this. Kind of a cool character. Again, it's very typical. But it's really hard to be original these days anyways. I mean, pretty much, there's so much design out there. It's always the same kind of stuff, just kind of rehashed. But it's still cool looking. All right, so very angular. Just trying to keep it like that. Line here comes out, the shoes. All right, so let's see what we have. Yeah, it's kind of like a line drawing. I mean, not too exciting, right? All right, sword on the back, we can do that. So once we have stuff on the front, you know, this stuff on the back is really easy to rough in because we already got all the placements, like his cloth. So cloth back here, drapes over, and then he's got another sword back here. Actually, I didn't see that. Okay, so we're gonna extend that. Come out through here. Okay, placement's off, but that's okay. And then we're gonna continue the sword. I think that's what's called a sheath, right? I think. Excuse me if I don't know all the technical terms. Very little. Okay, a neck here in the back. Let's see. Then we go back and do his visor. Kind of half. This is important. This line right here, because obviously it's like it's halfway. Splitting up his face, but it also shows the curvature of the face. So it's very important to have that. It's kind of like a contouring, right? So you know how his face is situated. And there's some stuff back here. Skipping it again because it's on the back. We'll get to that last. All right, his fingers here is kind of crazy. He's got all these mechanical stuff. So I'm just gonna do something like that for now. Then his fingers here and his sword. Again, I don't want to. God, there's just so much stuff here. All right. Simplify. His fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and finger positions are important too. Because if you don't do it right, grip is wrong. It just doesn't look like a hand. I mean, it might still look like a hand, but it loses its power. So, hands and fingers are actually really, really important. All right, so that's back, and then now we cut in the sword. Okay, so when I'm drawing this sword, you see how I extend my pencil, because I don't want to be doing this, because I need to do long strokes. That means I need to move my whole arm as opposed to just my wrist. So I can extend it, and I just kind of arc it with I'm kind of bending at my elbow. So I mean, I know you guys can't see this, but just imagine the pivot point is all the way up back of my elbow. It's not up here. So yeah, I talk about that kind of stuff in my other videos. Very important. Just so you're able to create different kind of variety of strokes. All right, so I think the sword's a little long, but it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna finish off shading this, and it might be kind of a challenge in terms of it being tedious, because there's all this stuff. But I'll try to simplify things. All right, but overall, at least you get a sense of how you can sketch in something like this, and finishing out just a matter of time and details. All right, so I'm gonna finish this off with a speedrun, and I'll be right back to show you how it looks. Alright, I'm back and here's my final drawing for this Genji. Pretty much everything was shown on screen, and yes, it's very illustrative. So at this point, if I wanted to, I can just kind of go in and clean up some of the lines. Since it is kind of like an illustration, we might need to put in a little bit cleaner stuff. But other than that, all the hard work is done. So it's basically kind of like drawing like a figure drawing, blocking in kind of like the cylindrical shapes, kind of almost like a mannequin. For this one, it's relatively simple to pose. There's not a lot of foreshortening, so I was able to just kind of go for it and measure angles and things like that to get the placement of how long things are. And I think I got the knee a little bit too long, anyways. But it still looks okay. And let me show you this. If I tilt it this way, yeah, I mean it's kind of cool character. There's a lot of little details and stuff which could be gets a little crazy sometimes, but that's just the way the character is. So it all depends on how much time you want to spend on it. But overall, I hope I've shown you how to approach something like this, and then you can put in as much details as you want. So I hope you guys like this Overwatch Genji character, and do check out my other characters for Overwatch. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you next time.